Season 4 of The Witcher just came out a few days ago. When did it drop in totality? On Thursday of last week, and you can hear it. Oh my god, everybody is still talking about it. It's on the tips of everyone. I'm joking, obviously. It came and went, and everybody's just been laughing at it for, well, okay, that's a big overcharacterization of the situation, because most people don't care about this at all whatsoever. The viewership has been dropping like a stone ever since the first season came out, which really wasn't that high to begin with. And yeah, anybody who is discussing it has already discussed it and has moved on with their life, and the only one out here still trying to stoke any kind of flames is the showrunner, after all. But yeah, you don't like the Witcher Season 4, the books and the games still have you covered according to the showrunner. Oh, there you go, man. You don't like the season? That's totally fine. You can go do other things that are more in line with the actual spirit and the actual material that made you interested in this franchise to begin with. So Netflix's The Witcher is heading into its final seasons. Yes, exactly. And not all fans are happy with Liam Hemsworth taking over as Geralt from Henry Cavill in Season 4. Some viewers have criticized the show for straying from Andrzej Sapkowski's beloved books, but showrunner Lauren Schmidt Hissrich wants fans to remember that there's more than one way to enjoy The Witcher. Of course there is. One of the things that I've talked a lot about to the author about is, and a lot about the fans of the books, is that they still exist. And no one is taking your books away. Nobody's taking your video games away. Oh, that's so fantastic, man. I just kind of wonder what her relationship is with Sapkowski here, because when you talk about the games, okay, CD Projekt Red, Sapkowski says that he now has an excellent deal with CD Projekt Red. Let's hope it stays that way. He also adds that it's rare for the devs to ask for him for advice on the franchise anymore. Really excited for Witcher 4. Wow, what is it with this franchise and having a tough time with 4s? So I guess maybe the books have done 4s better. Okay, well, we'll just have to go check with Elric and see, what the source material for The Witcher there would end up being, if the fourth book was actually any good or not. Anyways, Hissrich also stressed that the Netflix series will not make the same mistakes that the Game of Thrones adaptations did. Really? We lucked out because we said very early on, we're not going to go past the books. Fantastic. Yeah, because you're not even going to go past them, because you're not even going to start with them. She explained, Seasons 4 and 5, filmed back-to-back, will adapt the final 3 novels, Baptism of Fire, The Tower of the Swallow, and Lady of the Lake. Geralt's origin story was explored in, Crossroads of Ravens, which was released back in late September. It's interesting. When are you going to get around to adapting that? Okay, more on that in a moment. We leaned so hardcore into fantasy at the end of the wonderful ways that Sapkowski introduced us to. So we knew the stories that we needed to end with. Oh my god, you speak so lovingly about the source material, but one of the big reasons that Henry Cavill left your production is because you don't give a flying fuck about the source material. It's so nice that you like to pay lip service whenever you're the center of attention in interviews. Oh my god. The Witcher video games, developed by CD Projekt Red, have been hugely influential, offering both players a richly detailed world and an alternative take on Geralt's adventures that differ from both the books and the show. Hissrich framed the Netflix series as one version of a larger universe, and I think everyone can have their version of The Witcher, and this is this version, she said. Season 4 premiered on October 30th, and the only other thing that has come out is that, Yennefer's actress Anya Chalotra opens up about the online abuse. Oh my god, I'm getting so much hate. That should kind of let you know just how successful the season has been so far. Season 4 of The Witcher is finally on Netflix, and with the final 5th season looming, ooh boy, looming like a tax bill. The cast are opening up and reflecting on their time with Sapkowski's fantastical world of monsters and magic. Anya Chalotra, who plays Yennefer of Vengerberg. Yeah, exactly. That is somebody. Okay, like if I'm doing an adaptation, well, I guess this is an alternative adaptation. It's funny how you could, relatively speaking, get accurate-ish castings for Geralt, but when it comes to like Yennefer and Ciri, you're just going to go ahead and do your own version of things. But yes, Anya Chalotra for a Yennefer of fantasy Scandinavia. Okay, did just that, revealing in a new interview that she'll miss her fierce sorceress, but won't miss the online harassment. Bro, provide receipts or fuck off. I think Chalotra, she was a part of Andor, right? The best thing that Disney Star Wars has ever and likely will ever do. But I digress for a moment. Star Wars, especially since it's been under Disney, and the way that Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, and all of her cohorts would go ahead and have you believe that Star Wars fans are so racist. I'm just wondering how much backlash she would have got from those fans, because I'd imagine, we're obviously going to get into this online abuse that she's getting. It probably all centers around how she's not the type of Yennefer that a lot of fans were expecting, and it's because of the color of my skin. I'm just kind of wondering how much backlash she got for her character in Andor who actually got quite a bit of attention, especially within the first 3 episodes of the second season that came out earlier this year. But I digress. Speaking to The Guardian, Shalatra got candid about her experiences with the internet's oftentimes toxic fandom. It's so funny, right? Because that very famous Henry Cavill interview was also in the framing of The Witcher when he was asked about toxic fans and not providing the character that you would portray that would meet all of their needs and whims and desires. So funny how he expertly maneuvered that into just bigging up the fandom as being very passionate. But let's see how Shalatra handles this. Got candid about her experience with the internet's oftentimes toxic fandom, despite reading the books and playing the games to bring Yennefer to life for Netflix. Yeah, I'm sure. She explained that she faced intense criticism from fans of Sapkowski's world, so much so it seems to have driven her offline. I just wonder how much pushback she got from that Sweet Baby Inc. game that lasted like a week. The one that was produced by Bandai Namco. It was supposed to be, kicking off a brand new franchise. That's right, if you don't remember it. Nobody does. 6 people played it. I'm not on social media. I stopped, Shalatra told The Guardian. I haven't been on it for a long time. The first season, for me, there was a lot of negativity, a lot of positive as well, but obviously the negative. This was one of my first jobs. It hit me hard. I've learned very quickly that it can be quite intense. That's interesting because she's not like going after the fans. She's just saying there's negativity. Okay. The Witcher was one of the most watched TV shows of all time, not just on Netflix in 2022. Yeah, when it started. Pulling in hundreds of millions of views across all 4 seasons. You don't want to really break that down, do you? But when you've got that many eyes on you, it can be something like a trial by fire. I was chucked into it, Shalatra said. A baptism by fire, daunting, but so thrilling. Man, she actually sounds like she was very appreciative for her work. Okay, good for her. But yes, as it says right here, and yet another reason why Netflix is experimenting with different release schedules for their very, very, very high budget shows is because, all 8 episodes of Witcher Season 4 are available right now on Netflix. Yeah, everybody came and went, watched some of them, maybe, and went on with their day. It's just when you binge drop stuff like this, if it's not an old show, it doesn't really do much to ingratiate you to a wider audience. Hence why the conversation around the show is absolutely dead. But hey guys, filming for season 5 of the show is finished as well, but there's no firm release date for it yet. So yeah, if you just can't get enough of Liam Hemsworth as Geralt, who I've heard a shockingly small amount of, I don't know if he's good in the role, I don't know if he's bad in the role. All I've heard is Hissrich's summation that he's a more emotional take on the character than Henry Cavill. But she's talking about how the final season, the Witcher showrunner aims to release the final season a little bit sooner than the 2.5-year gap between seasons 3 and 4. Because Jesus Christ, that's, if we want to talk about problems with streaming shows, that right there, that's another issue. Enormous budgets and long gaps between seasons. Remember when we used to get proper TV shows that would come out every single year with 20, 22, 24 episode seasons instead of here's 8 hours of content and we'll catch you again in another half decade. It's like you can't really make an event show like that, but they try, goddammit. The Witcher showrunner, Lauren Schmidt Hissrich. Is it Hissrich Schmidt, or what are we doing here? It's just interchangeable hyphenated bullshit last names. Here's your complaint over the long wait between seasons on Netflix. To that end, now we should maybe expect The Witcher Season 5 to be streaming a little sooner. Hissrich told Variety that she should be hopefully a shorter gap between The Witcher Seasons 4 and 5. The show, that follows a 2.5-year gap between the 3rd and 4th season, which premiered on Netflix on October 30th. 2.5 years is never ideal, obviously. We had writer's strike in the middle of that, which really pushed back Season 4. So fingers crossed, we're pushing ahead and hope to be able to deliver it to audiences a little bit sooner. And this is where the wheels on the bus fall completely off. Speaking of Games Radar, Hissrich confirmed that The Witcher Season 5, which has been confirmed as its final season, wrapped filming a few weeks prior to our late October interview. Now, the showrunner added, "I'm in post-production for a very long time on Season 5. And as such, she would add this little tidbit. The Witcher showrunner, yes, Lauren Schmidt Hissrich, says the team is ready to take a step back after Season 5. I think that there are so many more stories to be told in the Witcher universe, truly. But I also think you have to step back and accept gracefully the end of this story that we've been telling. Yeah, mostly because it's a point of diminishing returns, and that's the nicest way that I could say that, has been hit. And Netflix is very likely waiting to see the abominable ratings that this is going to post. and they don't want to cross that billion-dollar Rubicon, especially after A Blood Origin. Anybody remember that? Yeah, it was such a massive failure. So yes, there are other stories that they want to tell, but yeah, we're going to have to take a step back. Well, it's not so much we're going to have to take a step back, is that we're being told that we're going to have to take a step back because nobody wants our bastardization of Andrei Sapkowski's world. Oh well, it's Hollywood, baby. I'd imagine you're probably going to fail up and get another job somewhere else because that's the way that this shit goes. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.